So today's video is a sketchbook day and a catch-up. So what I'm doing in my sketchbook today is exploring colour schemes and creating something new and exciting to create a new painting with. As I write this, I've actually started on the painting now. However, as I will get into a bit more later, I'm giving myself a bit of a no pressure, no expectations breather with my work at the moment, so I'm not filming any of it. When I was doing my art degree, I spent a lot of time on colour and colour scheme, and I've not really been doing that much of it in the last 2-ish years. This is partly because of how I've been working and my personal technique I've developed and my thought process, but it is also, honestly, laziness. As such, I've forgotten a fair amount of what I used to know and think about in terms of colour, and despite colour being such an integral part of my work, I've become almost afraid of it. This colour scheme I'm working on is an attempt to force myself into using almost no colours straight from the tube, forcing myself to colour mix and not to rely on the black and white areas of my paintings to deal with the complexities of colour interaction. To summarise, this colour scheme is far out of my comfort zone, but I hope that it will be a good thing in the long run. To be frank, I've had somewhat of a crisis of identity recently due to something I'm not sure I'm ready to share here, at least at this time. I realised that my attempts to do an MA had just been pushing me further and further away from my love of art. This may sound strange, as I was just about still creating, but it was only my love of space and astrophysics that was holding me up. As I had quit my degree in astro and taken art instead, my ability to interact with the subject that I loved was greatly reduced, but over my art degree, I had begun to use art as a way into that subject again, and yet I had hilariously, on hindsight, gone full circle, and astrophysics was now the way I could feel even slightly connected to art, not the other way round. After this very confusing realisation, I felt the need to separate the two subjects from each other and spent a small while exploring art separately again. This, I believe, was the correct decision, as it reminded me of why I fell in love with the subject to begin with: paint. I find it fascinating, and interestingly, the reasons I like paint and the way I look at it and why I love abstract painting is very similar to the reason I love science and space. It is a curiosity and a desire to understand how things work. Abstract paintings pose questions to me that I want to know the answer to, just like space does. In separating the two subjects, I found myself almost rejecting science again, though. Apparently I can trip over the same stone twice. That being said, I think that it has helped me too. After just under 2 months, I realised how much I actually missed it. I was letting other people push me in directions I didn't want to go, and was pursuing subjects because I felt it was expected of me, but the bottom line was that I actually still loved the subjects, both of them, and it's just I was doing them not for the love and fulfillment, but for the applause of others. To sum it all up, I love art, I love astrophysics, I love mixing them together, and I'm finally back on track and excited for whatever comes next. So stay curious and creative, and I'll see you next time. Bye.